Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. That's Adam McKola, which means it's Uncensored. Which is ironically the most censored show on this channel.
We're
usually.
not censored.
No, we never censor anything. We never take anything out because we might get cancelled for what we've actually said.
Should we do some of them pictures with, like, you know, the gaffer tape over our face? Like, you know how people that think they're cancelled do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why is it that people that say, right, I'm cancelled, will talk about being cancelled, and they'll talk about it in an interview on the radio, an interview on the telly, in a magazine article, on the front page of a paper. Yeah. You're like, you're not cancelled.
In their book. #1 New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about there. You're talking about that Meghan Markle obsessed weirdo, aren't you?
Who's that? I was just
speaking.
Who's There's so many people that are obsessed.
The one that had the fake photos and got sacked from the Mirror, the one that got sacked from Good Morning Britain or whatever it was.
Oh, that bellend.
That one. That one. Yeah. I don't even like to say his name.
I watched a South Park episode though. I love South Park.
I've not seen it. Is it any good?
Yeah, South Park's the last thing standing. Yeah. It's like with Simpsons, it has a certain era which is great. There's still odd jokes that are great, but South Park still got it.
Yeah.
And Rick and Morty, I guess.
The Ruthless as well, South Park. It's like George Clooney used to go on South Park, and then they laid into him after his Oscar speech.
Yeah, good.
Call him like Mr. Smug and all that.
Yeah, good. I love it. It's the best thing ever.
Talking about loving things, did you watch the Scousers get beat last night?
Oh, mate, of course I did. I was live on the club. Subscribe if you haven't already.
Subscribe to the club?
Yeah, we're trying to hit 100k ASAP. Subscribe.
What are you on now?
92.
How long have you been going for?
A month.
Get out.
It's good, that. It's good. Come on. Subscribe. Get us to 100k ASAP. We want to get our plaque before 2 months.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I watched the game. It was amazing.
It was. Do you know what I love? There's nothing better than when you're seeing Scousers get giddy and they get that hope and they think they're going to win and it's all exciting and then that happens because they had a good start, to be fair to him. And then I was like, Courtois, man, what are you doing? Like, what is going on here?
Shocker.
And then Alisson obviously thought, hold my beer.
Yeah, that
was even more stupid.
What's going on there, you think?
What do you mean?
What's happened?
With Alisson?
What, them?
With the Scousers? They
found their natural level.
Wore off, haven't it?
Yeah, the inhalers. They've got no more inhalers.
It's the perfect storm in it because Klopp with his 7 season syndrome thing, I think he's had enough. I think he's a bit like, ugh. Some of the players are like 31. They've had a few injuries, haven't they? Like Van Dijk's out for a long time, one with a serious injury. And it's not, I'm not saying they're past it or anything, but it's catching up with him a little bit. And also, some of the new signings he's brought in, like Nunes has done all right. Gakpo, okay. But then there's others who, they're not the same level, are they?
They brought in Arthur and DW.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not...
Yeah, it's funny though, isn't it?
It is funny. It's good to see. I'm loving it. And it was good to see them getting absolutely battered. They're not going to come back from that, are they?
Yeah. I seen a clip of Paul Machin doing the rounds last night.
Your mate?
God love him. Yeah, he's sound.
Yeah, I like Paul. We met him in Thailand, didn't we?
Yeah. Paul's sound, but the clip's funny.
What's the clip?
Like, Liverpool must have won a game. Well, obviously. And he's quite boastful about Liverpool.
Yeah.
And says, and quite derogatory about what Ten Hag can do at United.
I see.
And it's just like...
They all went early, didn't they?
Aged like milk.
Hey, they all went early with Ten Hag. It's so good to see because...
Yeah, it must have been after one of those games.
Yeah, like Brentford or Brighton.
First two, yeah.
The Brentford game is perfect, isn't it? Because I seen a clip with... Was it Alison Rudd from the Times? And she was like laying into him, saying he looks like... she said it's like when you get a Christmas present, it's shaped like a guitar and you open it, it's a spanner or something. I can't remember what she was saying. Like, just some crap joke. And she was just like laying into him. You had Simon Jordan laying into him, little man in a big suit or something stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, this is before we really even got going. Like, everyone was like dismissing him. You had Carragher and Neville did that interview with him, didn't it? Carrington.
Yeah.
It was like,
why haven't Carragher and Neville done one with Graham Potter? Interrogating him. Do you know what I mean? He's won 2 games in about 20.
Graham Potter looks like he's just going through a divorce, doesn't he? Do you know I'm getting that vibe?
I like him, you know.
Why? Why do you care?
Well, I don't think he's an elite manager, but I think he's a very good coach. And I think he's been thrown under the bus a little bit for the circumstances. Anyone will find that. The amount of players they've signed.
It is
random players.
Like Mudryk, yeah, good player, but...
Who is he? Had you heard of him 6 months ago?
No, of course I didn't.
I'm telling you, he isn't real.
What do you mean? Like, is it just...
He's just created
CGI
by Ukraine to create money for their war efforts.
I worry that you actually believe that.
It's facts.
Is it facts?
It's facts.
Like, no one. That's a good point. 6 months ago, right? No one had heard of him. Now all of a sudden he's mint and he's worth 80 million quid or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Something's going on there. But they get him in, right? They get Fernandez. It ends up Fernandez, the other kid. Who else have they bought? I can't remember. They bought loads in the summer, like Koulibaly and Sterling and all them lot. But then they've gone a bit more turbo in the January transfer window. But they don't look any better. They look worse. And I think all these players they've bought in. I saw someone going like, yeah, we've got a list here. So they've bought David Fofana. How do you say it?
Go on, Jay.
Benoit Bedashil.
Just say Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
You don't know who Chris Benoit is?
He's a wrestler.
What happened? Don't say what happened.
Wow, what happened? Oh, what?
You don't know what happened? Oh, what? My God. I can tell you what happened, actually.
Is it one of them?
This is actually quite wild. He killed his whole family.
Well, this is taking a turn for the macabre. I was going to make a joke that night, and then I thought, no, something in the back of mine says this isn't a funny one. He killed his own family.
And himself.
Yeah,
same night.
Bloody hell, he's a wrestler, like a famous wrestler.
Yeah. I think he was like either had, what's that thing? CTE.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Or he was steadied up out his mind.
That's all right.
Or he was just an absolute wanker.
Yeah.
But I imagine it was one of the first two.
I mean, I'm not...
Mental health issues because of it. And then you add maybe steroid abuse on top of that.
Right. Anyway.
You know what I mean?
They've also... yeah, I mean, that is...
So the sign Chris Benoit bad, you see?
Yeah. Andre Santos. Yeah, I mean, Yao Felix. Mudryk. Noni Mudeke. Is that how you say it? Mudeke? Maduke. Go on, tell me how to say it. Go on. And listen,
you are so English.
I know, I hate it, right? I apologise. I hate this because I come across like a proper Brexiteer. Like, oh, why don't they just eat fish and chips and speak the Queen's English or the King's English?
Noni Madweke.
Right, I am sorry. Noni Madweke. I hate the fact I can't pronounce names. And if it's any consolation, I'm terrible at all pronunciation, even English ones. Gusto and Fernandez. I mean, that's January. That's insane. You can't do that in January. Like, you can't bring in, what's that, 9 players?
Well, they did. They literally did.
And it's been a disaster.
Yeah.
I think he's got to go, Klopp. Well, Klopp's got to go eventually. Yeah, get rid of them all. Klopp, Potter, Pep while you're at it. Yeah, he's got to go, Annie Potter, surely. What's your mate saying? Because you talk about the club.
He wants him to go.
You know, he
wants him to go.
He's quite good at a rant, your mate Rory. I do enjoy a Rory Jennings rant.
I think it's time up.
Yeah.
I think he's been... Look, he needs... If anyone needs time, he probably needs time. And there's that argument there. But I think the occasion or the stature of the job's got him.
Also, the madness of it. Like, you've gone from a tight-knit, well-oiled machine, small squad, everyone knows the
Great
role. Great recruitment. Everyone does a job that you're asking them to do. You come in here, you've got players that were signed in the summer that aren't even in the Champions League squad now. You've got other players that are coming in that you're trying to get rid of. They only got there 6 months ago. You've players that have completely lost form. You've got players that didn't exist 6 months ago. I mean, what is going on? You've got a chairman or an owner or whatever he is who just is... Todd Burley, yeah, who is off his head.
Belly's going to get you.
Like, acts, I'm not saying he has, but acts like he's had one too many disco biscuits or whatever, and just like, let's go and sign loads of players, or I'll tell you what we need to do, let's play the North versus the South in an all-star game. What are you on about? Shut up, you utter whopper.
Good idea, that.
What? North versus the South? Where would your allegiances lie? You're in the middle.
North, obviously. It's where your team's from, innit?
I think it is, yeah.
Midlands ain't South.
Right, okay. Well, do you have a dog in that fight from the Midlands when it's like North versus South? Do you say you're North?
I'm sure we're more North. We're North.
Or do you have
London.
your own? Do you say
anything north of London? They consider North, don't?
Yeah, yeah.
North of, if you're north of what? Oxford, you're North, innit?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you though. I think if you're south of Stoke, you're South.
No, fuck off. I'm not a southerner. You can't call me a southerner.
Oh no, to be fair, I can't.
I've never had a shandy in my life.
No, you're not. You're the least southerner person I know. You don't have a Union Jack in your garden. You don't sing God Save the King anymore every morning. You don't eat jelly deals. And as far as I know, I don't think I've even seen you drink cups of tea.
That is the worst national anthem of all time.
What, God Save the King?
Just any of them. Queen, King, whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean...
I remember Rooney talking about it and saying, why should God save the Queen? Why not me?
So remember there's like all this controversy when like players don't sing the national anthem?
Yeah, don't.
Right. Well, A, they probably don't remember the words because a lot of them aren't the brightest sparks. Let's have it right. And there's like 2 verses. And B, who gives a toss? Do you actually care about that?
What's your favourite national anthem?
I like the South African one.
What's that?
I can't remember how it goes. But
is it just music or the words?
No, there's words. And there's like a little refrain where it's like, it's quite catchy.
I like the French because it's Uar Cantona, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's elite.
I like, you know what?
No, get out. I know what you're going to say. I'm disgusted in you.
It's good, isn't it?
You of all people.
Horribly.
You of all people.
I don't want to like it.
You're the least sort of pro-USA
the Welsh
person
one's good as
I
well.
know. And you'll say you like the American act.
The Welsh one's good. Flower of Scotland.
The Welsh one's Flower of Scotland.
No,
that's bizarre.
Flower of Scotland's also good.
Oh, right, okay.
But you know the Welsh do it at the World Cup and that?
Yeah, they love it, don't they? But the Americans love it.
Yes.
Like when I was in
I find it weird how they love it.
Yeah, because it's mint though when you go to a thing, because I was at the World Cup watching USA versus Ghana, obviously. And what else would you be watching? And we was in the queue. And this was back when I was drinking, so I was getting a beer. And then I was right at the back of the queue, the American national anthem came on, they all ran off.
Yes.
To go and stand in the stands. I was like, results.
So when you're in America, you know when to go get a beer.
Go and get a beer, right? Just before the anthem. Don't worry about the queue, because once the anthem kicks in, they all go and sing Land of Our Fathers or whatever it is. Not like Stars and Stripes. What is it? Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light and all that.
You know the words, innit?
Oh, say can you see?
No, let's not.
I'm trying to work out what I only know those first two lads.
I think, yeah, let's not.
Because they have that other one as well, don't they, where they pledge allegiance to the flag?
The one that's in the Eminem song?
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America.
I mean, listen, each to their own, right?
I only remember that from Mosh. It's at the start of Eminem's song, Mosh.
Ah, right, you see. So, there you go. Anyway, enough of all this national anthem talk. As you well know, Adam McKola.
Does that really happen?
What?
They pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America at school every morning.
I think so.
Like the same way I used to have to, because I went to a Roman Catholic school.
Right.
We had to do Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be our name.
Oh, I used to do that at assembly. I didn't go to a Catholic school, yeah.
We used to sing,
the Lord's Prayer.
We sing all the Jesus songs and that.
Hallowed be thy name.
Dad used to be fuming.
Why?
Because obviously I was mixed up in it.
Mixed up. Mixed race. Mixed up.
You're not allowed to say mixed race, you know.
What?
Anymore. Yeah.
Don't tell me. That's what I say about myself and my kids.
Yeah, I always say it.
So I'm actually insulting my kids when I say my kids are mixed race.
Yeah.
And myself when I say
You're not allowed to say half caste as well, are you?
No. I don't.
Why not?
That went out in about 1987.
I say that.
Do you?
I say I am.
Is it different within the Asian community or is it the same? Because I know in the black community you don't say half caste.
I'm probably gonna annoy a lot of people, but I hate like the caste system in.
Because that's a thing in it, like an actual.
I proper hate it.
Right. Okay.
It's wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I need to know if I'm not saying mixed race, what am I saying?
Or was I thinking of half caste?
I think you're thinking of half caste, and you can say mixed race.
Yeah.
I hope so anyway, because I have been saying that, and I'm sure it's on forms. Can't put things on forms that are wrong.
Wow, there's a lot of things on forms.
Yeah, there is, but anyway, we said we weren't going to get cancelled, so let's move swiftly on. As you know, Macca, spring has sprung, and our friends at Manscaped, the leaders in below the waist grooming, have the best tools for some spring cleaning in your pants.
What were you thinking about then? I don't know what I was thinking about.
What?
I just said, wow, there's a lot of things on forms, but I don't know what I was actually thinking about.
I know what I was thinking about, and I'll tell you off camera. Trust me, your confidence will be blooming like the flowers. Look your best this spring and join the other 8 million men, that goes up so much every week, who trust Manscaped using the code Paddock20 to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com, because Manscaped are here to change the way, we take care of ourselves. They've got, Macca, the Performance Package 4.0.
I'm a big fan of the Performance Package 4.0.
You what, sorry?
That's what my old man's been nicknamed down there.
The
Performance Package.
The Performance Package. Is that
4.0.
What you say? It's time for the Performance Package.
Actually, I mean, it's called 7.0.
You can't get 7.0. 4.0 is the top, right?
Is it?
4.0.
A Performance Package 4.0 is average, right?
Performance Package 4.0 is elite, right? Okay. You've got the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. You've got the Weed Whacker here in ear and nose hair trimmer. You've got the crop preserver ball deodorant, the crop reviver toner. You've got the boxer brief with the anti-chafing technology. Yeah?
They're great for the gym, by the way.
Yeah, he's been waxing lyrical about them because he goes to the gym like a proper weirdo.
I go to the sauna.
Yeah, and with the skin-safe technology, the proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps reduce nicks, snacks and tugs.
You call them snacks?
Snacks? Did I say snacks? Snacks.
Is that what she calls
snacks
them?
And tugs.
My little
snacks. And tugs, eh? Fancy a snack or a tug? I'm sorry. It's
what Manscaped would have wanted.
Yeah, you've got the shed travel bag, you've got all that gear, you've got everything, you've got the crop preserver, ball deodorant and reviver. It's all there for you. There's a link in the description. Use the code Paddock20. You get 20% off and free shipping. Jay. Free shipping.
He's like that guy. I said you buy one,
you get one free.
No,
but that's not. You don't. Right. You get 20% off and free shipping. Big thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring this podcast. Your balls will thank you this spring.
You know what I love?
Go on.
The majority of our orders don't get that in it because they wouldn't have had that same.
The majority of our orders don't get any of my references anyway, or our references.
Surely, the UK audience will know the Safe Star UK advert. You buy one,
you get one free.
It was that guy from Corrie, remember, with the big glasses?
Reg Holdsworth. That guy from Corrie.
Or was that an
absolute legend.
Yeah.
It is Reg Holdsworth. I used to like Corrie back in the day. It was amusing.
I enjoyed the little bit of soap action.
Yeah.
The soaps were good.
You was into EastEnders, weren't you?
EastEnders. I watched a bit of Corrie when it was, when like there was a big popping storyline.
Like the
Deirdre was getting locked up or whatever. Yeah.
Free Deirdre. I went to V Festival once.
She never did it.
And a guy had a big sign, a placard.
Free
and it
Deirdre.
said Deirdre Rashid in a porno. It was just with this sign. Like, just a guy that had gone to V-Fest, like, no one was paying him to do that. That was his thing.
What was your man that loved her? Dev. Dishy Dev. Dirty Dev.
Hey, he's class. We were talking about Dev before, isn't he?
Desi Dev.
I love his acting style. Do you know what I mean? It's class, isn't it?
What?
Like, he's just
he was made for Bollywood, wasn't he?
He's in, I know it's not Bollywood,
like,
he's in Eastern. He's in Eastern. He's in it.
Yeah. He's their brother, isn't it?
Yeah, when he goes to the cinema. The older brother. I love it when he
at the cinema, sorry, the cousin, not the older brother.
In fact, he stops the film, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So his family
Get out.
Put something else on for my family.
That's top 10 British films of all time.
I love it because when I moved to Eccles, you always got the reference. You always said he's not dead, he's just moved to Eccles.
Yeah. He's not dead, he's just moved to Eccles.
Yes, that's where you can find me now. Part of the Eccles Mafia.
Mr. Shah on Puri, man. What a legend.
Yeah, absolutely. Class film now.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a legend. There's actually some of the great of British talent in there. Chris Bisson's in it.
There's a lot in there.
Who else is in it? Oh, mate, I'm forgetting half of them now. There's loads in it anyway who've gone on to big things. There
was Jim Browning from EastEnders, isn't it? Remember? Remember? Jim Browning. Remember Dot's husband in EastEnders?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Remember?
Yes.
What's his grandson's name or his son or whoever? Remember the little snotty kid?
Yeah. Is that the one?
And he goes, "Yeah, Mina."
Yeah. Is that the one he put the football through his window?
Yeah. And he loves Enoch Powell.
Yeah.
Mate, right, Mina.
I love it. The guy goes to art school and he makes.
What was he fishing for in the drain? Remember?
You never did that when you was a kid.
Oh. I remember like people losing their keys and someone would go head first down the drain trying to get up. Remember that? Because most of the drains used to be blocked, didn't they? They wouldn't like lead anywhere.
Yeah. You're not getting in a drain.
They'd just be full of leaves.
Yeah.
So like it'd be at the top.
So you get a little something down there like.
Nah, people would just lift it.
You could lift the
then
drain.
Send someone in.
Mate, that's ruthless.
Head first. Hold their legs.
Now.
They're just dangling down like just trying to grab it. Fish
Go on,
out.
son. Never mind, you can't breathe. Just get that key. Yeah, right. How are you? Yeah, what you up to? Nothing. What time? Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry. Oh, sorry. Right. Pundits talking bollocks again, McKola.
Talking about Manscaped.
Yeah, talking bollocks. Right, I know we shouldn't give him airtime, and I seem to say this about everyone on this show. Richard Keys says playing with Wout Weghorst is like playing with 10 men. What is it with Richard Keys? Why is he at United? Who is he? Why is he at us?
Look, Richard Keys. Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell him I said go fuck himself. Yeah?
Yeah. If I see him,
how about that?
I will tell him.
And
I doubt I will.
Now, let's go on to a different conversation.
Go on, then.
About Weghorst.
Good lad. This is indicative, though, of people...
I feel like people...
dismissing him because
Gary Neville included.
Oh, your mate.
I've gone a little bit OTT with his performances. I think his work rate is very high.
Yeah.
He presses very well.
Yeah.
He wins the ball back a lot. But as a focal point and as a striker, he's not very good.
Yeah.
Doesn't win the ball in the air too much in an attacking sense. Doesn't win many flick-ons. And his finishing so far hasn't been great.
Yep.
He had some really good chances. But you can't be too hard on him because in an ideal world, he wouldn't be here.
No.
In an ideal world, we don't sign a striker from Burnley on loan.
Yep.
And I don't think he'll be signing for Man United on a permanent in an ideal world.
There was, you make a point, and there was, I think the rumours were, or the stories, the latest stories are, he isn't going to get a permanent deal. Like,
that's correct.
That's not being considered.
I just find people, like, I had a few people commenting on my review the other day after the game. I come out and I said, his work rate's really good, etc., etc. But, you know, what I just said basically. Yeah. And people are like, oh, no, it was amazing. And it's like, when we're not winning, I think people think differently about those performances.
If we lose, say you lose that game, I know we didn't, but say we lose a game.
And we could have. Leicester had their chance.
Yeah, no, they did. You're right. Say we lose a game by a goal, then you're going to look at those chances and be more critical.
Yeah.
And also, I understand where you're coming from. I like him. I think he puts a shift in.
Oh, mate, his work rate is second to none.
And I think for a stopgap, which is what he is, he's a good stopgap.
We had no choice.
I don't think this is like a disaster or this is like, why have we got him? But my only concern is...
Garlo was a bit better than him.
I'd go the other way, mate. I know I'm going to lose you here.
You don't remember Igalo juggling the ball in Austria? Was it in Austria?
Yeah, you remember it well.
Twatting it top corner.
That is one of the best goals I've ever seen. I'll give you that. And he played his part in the derby. I'll give you that. But when it came to like, you need him to lead the line. You need him to start and him to be the main guy against Chelsea.
But you could argue
whatever.
He hasn't led the line because his best performances have come from when he drops deep.
Yeah, but that's why it's probably working because with the way Rashford is.
What we've done is Weghorst comes deep, almost 10 position.
Well, he is 10 and
Bruno goes right, Rashford through the middle, Garnacho was on the left, and then Sancho came on. And
no, that you're right in terms of him leading line. He isn't, but him in that team works better than I think it did when Igalo was in because him as a 10, he's very good. He's just the it's not even the elephant in the room now. I think everyone's addressing it. Is this? He's finishing, and I worry that. Let's say, for example, don't get ahead of ourselves, but let's say, for example, tomorrow night against Barca, it's a tight game. The chance drops to him, and he doesn't convert it. That could be your issue where you're going like, we need someone who can put them away because your boy Martial will convert it. The problem is
his conversion rate is better. I mean, he misses chances.
He misses chances, but he's a decent finisher. The problem is he's constantly
injured. Mate, a Weetabix.
He is.
Sad state of affairs.
It is, and
we need a striker.
We do.
We need a couple, maybe you could argue. But I just look. My opinion has nothing to do with Martial, and that's what annoys me. I can't have a debate about strikers without people just bringing him up because it's so weird. But anyway, I just find a little bit of the discourse around him is a bit weird.
It's a bit patted on the head, isn't it?
It's either too far one way or too far the other way. I think the truth's in the middle.
And even the players like trying to get him that goal.
Like, what was Gary Neville saying the other day? Like, you know what I mean? Come on, Gary.
What did you make of the other end of the spectrum with the Sabitzer fallout from like Souness and everyone?
I thought Sabitzer's been really good.
But everyone acting like he tried to decapitate your man there.
Oh, the foul on face. Yeah. I didn't see that until... After the
it's
game.
One of them where if you screenshot it looks bad, but he barely touches it.
You know what it is? It was a bad... It would have really as well.
Yeah, it was a sore one.
But it was kind of like...
He did pull out a bit.
In an action, he just...
Yeah.
And then he caught him.
It wasn't like a stamp.
I don't think it was a real tackle.
Nah.
It was kind of like a flick of the boot.
It just makes me laugh. Because it feels like United are back, you know, when I see everyone losing their minds over us. Do you know what I mean?
We've been scarred before, but I've never felt better.
Yeah. Because it does feel like... When I see... Everyone angry.
Feels more sustainable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it does.
I know we had that moment in Stockholm with Oli, with Mourinho, when you see him on the pitch with Pogba and you think, we're going to fucking win the league next year.
I think me and you may have said that at the time.
But it it never felt sustainable.
Also,
Ollie never felt sustainable because deep down we all knew, probably out of his depth, this feels, I hate to sound like a scout, this feels different.
This means more. This is how,
That's what they say.
Yeah, this means more. Does it? Okay.
For who?
Yeah. How? What? How are you measuring that? What's the way you're proving that? No, I hear all that. I just feel I quite like it when everyone's talking about us. Sabitzer should have got a red card. This is out of order. And you think
Sabitzer's been good. Do you start him against Barca with Casemiro?
I do. I.
Do you go Casemiro, Sabitzer, Fred, or do you take Fred out, put Bruno? I was thinking Fred.
No, I do it different than all that.
Rashford, Sancho.
I'd put Weghorst in there, in the 10. I think that's what he's going to do. Honestly, I think that's what he'll do. You may go, nah, bruv, but I think he will. Right, before we go, I want to talk to you about Nick Pope.
Start Marshall. What? I never said that.
Nick Pope, would you? And to be fair, after the way he was with the lift with us, I probably
got one leg working.
I probably would. Hey, he wouldn't be over.
One leg working.
I was a bit like that, and then met him, proper sound. Yeah, I'm team Anthony Marshall.
Time's up now, but it's so sad, man.
We'll always have that.
You know what's crazy?
We'll always have that lift journey in Thailand.
You know what as well? Because he's had this season where like 75% of the games he's played has been amazing. You're always going to be like, them injuries got him.
Yeah, it's not change the narrative, hasn't it? It's not. He's not good enough. It's the injuries. The injuries got him, man.
Well, I think he's definitely good enough. I think literally just the injuries.
It's just a weird. Do you know what?
The injuries stopped him from activating that Ballon d'Or clause. In my opinion,
I don't think I've seen a weirder career than Anthony Martial's. You know, it's a strange career.
I think people knock me for this the other day. It's very reminiscent of Louis Saha.
Yeah. Louis Saha's definitely injured.
And Louis Saha came good for United.
Yeah.
Just before we won the European Cup and Premier League. But remember that day at Moscow, he was in a suit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was in a suit and a jacket because he was injured. We're going to win the European Cup and the Premier League next year. Martial's going to score 10 goals, but he's going to be in a jacket at the final.
You heard it here first, right? I hope you're right. And all of that, I don't think it will happen. I don't think he'll be here next year.
John Stone's going to slip in the penalty shootout.
No, we can't. I can't have a final against I'd rather not get to the final. I can't cope if we lose the final. If we lose the final to them, I don't think I can even watch football again.
You see Nick Pope this week?
This is what I want to talk to you about. I can't be doing with this. Did you see that video that Sky put out with Sean Longstaff?
Don't forget that for a minute.
On the beach, crying like the guy's passed away.
My best friend in the squad, so when I seen him walking off, it was as much as it was really obviously so hard for him. I felt just as bad.
Forget that for a minute. How funny was it?
Also, what the fuck was he doing? What a dickhead.
Do you know when you're walking down the stairs and you're like, ooh, make sure you don't slip, and then you slip? Or you're carrying a tea and you're like, make sure you don't drop it, and then just the thought of it makes you do it.
Yeah.
Because your brain's, I don't know, maybe it sends a message to do it instead of not do it.
Yeah.
You just goes down the wrong goal. The message does, you know what I mean? Like,
right, okay.
Goes down the wrong goal. And that's what I think happened to him. He went, don't use your hands. Oh, shit.
Don't use your hands. You used your hands.
Fucking used your hands. And then, to make matters worse, he slide tackles Kieran Trippier and nearly fucks him out of the final. How funny would have that been? Imagine, Nick Pope gets himself sent out of the final, Trippier sent out of the final.
I would love it.
But I'm scared because that dick's going to have a...
Loris Karius.
Well, he's going to be Oliver Kahn.
It does worry me a little bit. It is funny though, the Bravkin's suspended, or not suspended, he's cup side. I fully believe that Erik Ten Hag saw all this happening. That's why we got him. I think he did. Honestly, it was 4D
What you don't realise is when Steve McLaren rubs the bald head, it becomes like a
fortune teller. Like a psychic. Yeah, and he went, right, we're going to get Newcastle in the final. They're going to need the Bravka. Get the Bravka on loan.
Cup time.
Throw him in the Carabao Cup. And
it's very last game, that. He played him in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah. Also, talking about bizarre things, one of the most bizarre performances I've ever seen by a Manchester United player. He got a clean sheet, we won, but he looked like he'd won a competition to play for United.
Yeah. It felt like he conceded 3.
Yeah. Remember when the ball went under his foot? Do you remember when he was stood like about 5 yards away from Aaron Wan-Bissaka and he blasted it at him like as hard as he could?
I don't remember people saying he was good with his feet.
Yeah. That was better be his thing.
Did you see?
He was awful.
The 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 with Jadon Sancho and
Wan-Bissaka
the other day.
Man. What's happening with Wan-Bissaka?
No. How good? How good is Jadon Sancho? But how good is that between Wan-Bissaka and Thingy? They kept the ball for about 15 passes.
You know what? When you said when everyone was
it was like Nadal versus Federer. It was like, what? It's not going to stop this.
So when everyone's doing the Olays.
Yeah.
It got to a certain player.
We haven't done that since 2012.
Yeah. It broke down twice with a certain player. I won't go into because I feel bad for him. But it was like, bro, come on.
Fred, innit?
No.
Vegas. Vouty. McTominay.
Keep going.
Maguire. Oh, Maguire weren't there. Wan-Bissaka. No, you just beat nice.
He scored in Madrid.
Danny Welbeck.
Got it.
Anthony Elanga.
Yeah. I felt bad for him, man. Because he could have scored, you know.
You know what, bro?
I want him to get a goal, me.
I've been sitting there thinking. And this is nothing against Kobbie Mainoo. I think Kobbie Mainoo is excellent. And the answer is probably Kobbie Mainoo to this question. But Zidane played so well for Ten Hag in summer.
I know.
I've not seen him since.
It's weird. Because he's not gone out on loan. I don't think he has.
He didn't let him go out on loan by all accounts.
Charlie Savage and a few of us have gone, McNeil and that, have gone out on loan. He's not gone out on loan. He's still in and around the first team, the squad or whatever, but not getting any minutes at all.
Really weird.
And also, Mainoo's leapfrogged him.
And
from all we gather, from what we know of Zidane, getting his head down in training, obviously done well when he came into the first team.
It could always be a thing where not for the same reasons, but you know how like the manager with Sancho's gone, we need to work on this. Maybe he's gone, put a few pounds on, do this, do that.
One thing I'd say,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Just a few boxes he needs to tick, and then he plays. Maybe he goes out on loan in pre-season, has the season come. I don't know. Maybe the pre-season was too early for him, and we just got to see him there, and he's asked to just. Yeah. But he hasn't. I know he played for the 23s the other day.
Yeah.
But he's been mainly a first-team player.
Yeah.
I just found it.
It is. We were talking about this at the game because someone was saying I'm surprised Zidane's not getting more minutes, especially when you see like Mainoo coming on. I ain't got a problem with Mainoo.
Mainoo's very, very good.
But you think that is an opportunity where you can go. You could have given Zidane a 5-minute cameo.
Because surely in Ten Hag's mind, now this is how maybe this.
I don't even know. To be fair, I don't even know.
Ten Hag's had Zidane there. He saw Kobbie in training. He didn't see him in pre-season. He's gone, this kid is amazing.
Yeah,
I'm going to play Kobbie Mainoo. Probably happen, possibly happen, but Zidane was in a good position.
I'm confident he'll be all right.
No, I think he'll be all right.
He's a very good player. He's got a great attitude, and he's got a manager. I think
he just needs to work his balls off.
He's elite.
So and I think, as
long as he doesn't do anything wrong, as long as he doesn't mess up, which I don't, hopefully he won't, then I think he'll have a pathway to minutes. Next season, I think will be the season for him. I think next season will be the season for him, and I think the season after next will be the season where McNeil starts getting some minutes, as long as things pan out for him. Because I still think there's a player there. But yeah, listen, this has been Uncensored. That's been Adam McKola. Thanks to Manscaped. Macca, tell us where can we find the club that's got already 98,000 subscribers or whatever.
Just go subscribe to the club. Do me a favour.
Oh, look at me getting loads of subscribers. Pathetic.
Oh, look at me. Rio came on podcast.
We all know that wasn't because of me, by the way. That was why he appeared on our podcast. Yeah, go and check out the club. Thanks to Manscaped. There's a link in the description. 20% off and free shipping.
Rio never show his face around here when I'm here.
Yeah, he knows.
Shook us.
Do you know what I mean? Shook us.
Come around here, Rio, man. I want to just see me too, bruv. What's wrong with you, man?
Look at you begging it. Oh, Rio, come and meet me. Oh. Do you know what I mean? God, you and Steve, just the same. Anyway, on that bombshell, that's been Macca.
Steve hangs around with Jermaine Genius. I'm not that bad.
Steve hangs around with everyone, doesn't he? Well, how's he hanging around with all these people? He's probably the most offensive out of a lot of us. And somehow he's mates with all these people.
I think Steve and Jermaine Genius is everything that's wrong with modern day football.
And I think that's perfectly accurate and a good way to end this video. Yeah? There you go. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.